So there's a few things you can do.
There is.
Contingencies are the way a lot of people would go about this in the past, which would mean you're going to make an offer and it's contingent on your own house closing first, which put all the risk on the seller. Because basically what happens if the buyer isn't able to sell their home in time, they get to back out of the contract and they get to keep their earnest money.
Yeah.
The seller gets nothing except for wasted time,
Right.
that they spent off the market. And we're just not seeing offers getting accepted with contingencies right now because there's just too much competition. Someone else who doesn't have a house to sell, is going to beat out those offers. So we have to get creative and figure out what else, we can do. One thing is we had talked about just go ahead and sell your house first, and you may have to move twice.
Right.
You might have to rent something. You might have to stay with family. It is going to be an inconvenience, but when you look at the big picture, what is that worth for you?
Right.
So that's going to be, one thing to consider. Bridge loans.
I was just
Not
thinking
everybody
that, yeah.
qualifies for those, but you want to explain how that works?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it used to be a thing a long time ago, and I think it's kind of
Morphed back.
making its comeback, but it basically allows you to carry two houses at once. And then once you close on, your first house, then you're able to kind of pay off the first loan, or the second loan rather, and then you can obviously move into your second when you have it. So you're kind of balancing two homes at once for a short time. That's the idea of it.
Yeah.
And I think kind of on those same lines, if it's not a bridge loan, maybe you're approved to just buy the next one and carry the next one.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is just make sure your current home, you feel 100% confident that everything's going to go smooth, because it's really going to put you in a different situation when you're selling. You might, you want to be really smart about the things that you do so you can create the situation we're seeing with others that have this frenzy of buyers, and that you're not having a lot of buyers that have issues with your house. So you've got to just kind of watch the balance of that. But I think really it's playing that timing game versus the comfort that you have of being a little inconvenienced or being a little risky. Where are you at on that continuum?
And really, that's always an issue in other markets.
It is.
What if it takes my house too long to sell, or what? It's just timing is always tricky. No matter how the market is, it's very difficult to always time everything perfect, and there's going to be a little bit of inconvenience involved. And that's just, you just have to kind of go into it with the attitude of what are the benefits and what are the risks.
Yeah.